So let's start by taking a seat on our mats. I like to sit on a blanket and crossing the ankles in front of you, and with your hands reaching back and pulling the buttock bones back and out to the side several times so that you're really feeling that you're sitting on the inner sit bones. Then go ahead and turn the palms up to the sky and close the eyes. In this way, centering yourself, coming more deeply into the inner sensations and allowing the senses of perception to turn inwards, creating this space, this inner world. Observe the breath and keep the spine tall and lengthening and the shoulders rolled back so the lungs are broad, the diaphragm is broad, the side ribs are lifted. Then bring the palms together in front of the chest, right in front of the sternum, and press the palms firmly so that each palm has equal pressure. Keep the sides of the neck even and straight, and the breath smooth, a feeling of moving inwards, a sharpening and alertness coming to the inner body. And then lifting the sternum to the sky, allow the chin to drop down towards the chest and cement that connection, being deeply grounded, deeply connected, deeply focused for the next 20 minutes. And then releasing the hands and gently opening the eyes. So we're ready to move on into our asana work now. So if you were sitting on a blanket, go ahead and move it to the side and come first to Yoga Mudrasana in VIRASANA. The inner toes are touching, the knees are apart, and you want to try to stretch the front waists as you come down, stretching the arms in front of you and eventually bringing the forehead to the floor. The important part is to stretch the arms. Notice how I'm on my fingertips. In this way I can lift the forearms up higher off the floor and get more length in the arms and more broadness in the shoulders. As I'm walking forward with my arms and stretching the waist, I'm also pushing the buttock bones back so that the line of stretchingness is moving in two directions, both forward and backwards. Use the inhalation to lengthen and use the exhalation to deepen and soften the groins, the hips, the buttocks, so that there's equal stretch and equal softness. And the breath is a rhythm, linking it all together and keeping the senses turned inwards to feel what's going on. And then inhaling, looking up, turning the toes under. We're going to come to our first downward dog, ADHO MUKHA SVANASINA. And in this first downward dog, lift your heels as high up off the floor as you can. And with the heels lifted this high, you can really lift the buttock bones to the sky. And in this way, you can really stretch the entire lower third of the spine. Keep stretching the arms and stretching the legs and pushing the buttock bones to the sky, feeling the sensations of length, of broadness, of strength coming through the body, and trying to maintain that evenness, that neutrality within the effort of it. Keep lifting the buttock bones up, pushing the front thighs back. And now stepping the feet forward, keeping them the width of the mat, coming to UTTANASANA. If you can, reach and hold the backs of your heels with your hands. If you can't, keep the fingertips on the floor. But keep the legs straight, keep drawing the kneecaps up the thighs, the quadricep muscles up the legs to bring that firmness into the legs and that integration of the femur bone into the hip sockets. And then inhaling, looking back up and stepping the left leg back, keeping the right leg forward. We find what's called PARSVOTTAN. Keep making sure that the hips are facing the short edge of your mat, that you're turning your front left pelvis to the right. Stretch the arms to stretch the waist, and whilst keeping smoothness in the breath, firmness in the legs, press the back ribs in to press the chest open to the thigh. And now changing legs, stepping the left leg forward and the right leg back, PARSVOTTAN on the left-hand side. Tune into your hips and where they're facing and find the front right pelvis bone and turn it to the left. Keep the legs straight, keep pushing into the back heel, and the arms long so the waist has length. Press the back ribs in to try to press the chest to the thigh. And now step the back leg forward and find again UTTANASANA with the feet spread the distance, the width of the mat. The fingertips this time on the floor by the sides of the feet. Refirm your legs. Again, draw your kneecaps up your thighs. Draw your quadricep muscles up your thigh bones. Lift the inner ankles of the feet and push the buttock bones to the sky. And then inhaling, looking up And stepping back now to our second Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Keep the heels again lifted and find the same height of your buttock bones that you had in the first one. Stretch the arms and press the chest open to the front thighs. Keep squeezing the four corners of the knees, bringing sharpness to the legs. Keep squeezing the elbows straight, bringing sharpness to the elbows. And now exhale and release. Knees to the floor, sit back on the heels, and re-find Yoga Mudrasana in Virasana. Observe the difference from this Yoga Mudrasana to the first one that we did. See if your arms can be straighter and longer, more vibrant. If you can feel the skin of the armpits stretching, and from that create more stretchingness in the waist. And now bring the hands to the side of the body and find what we call child's pose. And with an exhalation, completely relax into the ground. Keep the back of the neck long, the face soft. Now bring the hands behind the back for some shoulder openers. Cross your thumbs together for traction and lift the arms to the sky. Spread the fingers, keep the fingertips stretching. Keep rolling the front shoulders back. The neck is long, the groins are soft, rolling the front shoulders, getting into the shoulder blades, getting into the upper back. And then exhaling and releasing, changing the cross of the thumbs, and again re-lifting the arms up. Really try to lift the fingertips to the sky and feel how this helps to roll the front shoulders back, to lengthen the collarbones, even in this contortion. Keep the breath smooth and keep relaxing the hips, the groins, the thighs, which can get tense, so that through the softness there's more opening. And then exhale and release the arms back down to the floor, and with an exhalation, make yourselves completely heavy. And now rolling up, lower back, middle back, upper back, coming to Vajrasana. Bring the arms up to the sky. This is called Urdhva Hastasana, and go for the idea of creating length. Stretch the arms, stretch the fingers, and now turn and twist to your right. Baddha Vajrasana in Vajrasana. The right fingertips on the floor, keep walking them back to turn and twist. Press the left palm against the outside edge of the right thigh, turn and twist. Roll the left abdomen to the right and lift the chest to the sky. Keep walking that right hand back as the twisting motion comes, as the body opens. Arching, pressing the back ribs in to open the chest. And then exhale and release, back to Vajrasana. Once again, lift the arms up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, finding length. And then exhale and turn and twist to the left. So the right palm is pressing against the left thigh and the left fingertips are on the floor behind you. Lean back into those fingertips and press down in them to lift the front chest up. Keep rolling, keep turning, keep twisting, keep rolling the right abdomen to the left. When you can, walk the left fingertips back more. Keep the right hand charged, pressing against the thigh. Roll the shoulders back and lift the sternum again. And then exhale and release, back to Vajrasana. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Feel the difference. Before coming out of Vajrasana and coming now to sit on your mat with your ankles crossed in front of you. Pull the buttock bones back and out to the side to keep the inner hips broad, and then walk the fingertips forward, finding Yoga Mudrasana in SUKHASANA. Keep the arms stretched, so this helps the trunk to stay long. There's a lot of congestion in the waist, in the trunk, in the abdomen area, and so in yoga we want to create that spaciousness that comes to the waist, to the abdominal cavity. At the same time, you'll be feeling the hips broaden. Keep moving them back as you stretch the arms forward. And now turning and twisting to your right. Keep walking the left arm forward. The right hand can bend to help push into the floor to find more twisting action. Keep both hips pressing into the floor. And now turning and twisting to the left. The right arm stretches, but the left elbow can be bent, so the left hand can push to help you find more twist. Feel the skin of the back stretching, the muscles beginning to stretch, the spine stretching. And now coming back up and changing the cross of your ankles, so left in front of the right or the other way if you had done it this way the first time round, and bringing your hands forward to Yoga Mudrasana. Remember to keep walking the fingertips forward, bringing that alertness to the arms until you feel the front trunk, the waist stretching, that space is being made for the organs, for the inner body. And if the forehead reaches the floor, place the forehead on the floor. Use the exhalation in the hip area, the part that feels tight, to keep broadening the musculature as you stretch the arms forward. And now turning and twisting to your right. Stretch your left arm, but bending the right elbow so the right hand can push into the floor to help you turn and twist to the right. Keep both hips even and broad and pressing into the floor, feeling the stretching of the back. And now coming to the left. stretching the right arm forward and using the left hand on the floor to press, to turn the right abdomen to the left. As you stretch along the right side of the back, keep both hips even, the breath smooth, and then inhaling back up and uncross your legs. Coming now to lie down on your mat in SUPTA TADASANA. So move the buttocks towards the heels to make sure the lumbar stays long, and keep your inner feet touching, and then roll your shoulders back. The kneecaps should be facing the sky, and the legs are firm even though you're lying down. And just feel the alignment of the body, the left heel, the right heel, the buttocks moving towards the heels so the lumbar is long, and with the shoulders rolled back you can press the back ribs in to open the chest. Now bend the right knee, and with the first two fingers of the right hand hold the right big toe and begin to stretch the right leg straight. It may not be able to straighten straight away, just do your best, but keep the left leg very charged and the left heel pressing into the floor. This is the anchoring leg. So having that awareness everywhere, even though your mind may want to go to one particularly more painful spot. See if you can draw that right leg towards you as you keep awareness in the anchoring left leg, trying to broaden the backs of the knees, broaden the backs of the thighs. And then exhale and release and refine SUPTA TADASANA. So you haven't collapsed, you're still in SUPTA TADASANA, the legs are charged. And now bending the left knee and with the first two fingers of the left hand, taking hold of the left big toe. So we're coming to SUPTA PADANGUSTHASANA 1 on the left side now, and slowly begin to see what the leg will give you in terms of straightness. Keep your senses in the right leg too, the heel pressing down, the foot alert, the legs straight and lengthening even more as you begin to draw that left leg towards you. Feeling the hamstrings open, keeping the backs of the knees broad, the backs of the thighs broad. And then observe the breath so that it's smooth, so that it's even, so that it puts your attention everywhere. And then exhale and release and refine SUPTA TADASANA. Press the heels down, broaden the feet. Now bend the right knee and interlock your fingers around the front of the right shin. Ekapara SUPTA PAVANA MUKHA. Have awareness in both of your feet as you try to draw the knee towards you, bringing the knee closer and closer now to the right-hand side of the body. Moving the hands down towards the lower shin bone, bringing the knee more and more to the right-hand side of the trunk, closer to the floor, deepening the groin, deepening the valley of the groin of the front thigh. And then exhale, release to SUPTA TADASANA, and changing sides, bend the left knee towards you, and first have the hands around the top of the shin bone by the kneecap. Ekapara SUPTA PAVANA MUKHA. The feet are alert. The face is quiet. Now moving the hands a little lower down the shin and bringing the knee closer towards you as you bring it to the left-hand side of the body. In this way, moving more deeply into the groin. Try to bring the front of that thigh close to the floor on the left-hand side of your trunk and feel the depth of the groin being created. Keep that alertness in the right leg. And then exhale and release and refine SUPTA TADASANA. Shoulders rolled back, legs firm. Now bend the right knee and with your right arm reach around inside the leg, wind the arm behind the calf and hold the outside edge of your right foot. Begin to press the front of the thigh down towards the floor as you roll the right abdomen to the left and extend the left arm to the side. The left leg is firm, the heel is pressing. As you keep pulling that right leg down, the sole of the foot facing the sky. And then exhale and release to change sides. Bringing the left leg up, winding the left arm inside the leg, around the back of the calf and holding the outside edge of the foot. Begin to draw that front thigh close to the floor on the left-hand side of the trunk and roll your left abdomen to the right and then stretch your arm out to the side. Pull down with your fingers on the sole of the foot and push up with the sole of the foot to the sky, in this way really deepening the groin connection. And then exhale and release and find SUPTA TADASANA. Now stretch the arms straight out to the side, bend your knees and lift your feet off the floor, coming to a twist now, UTTANASANA PARIVRTTA. Make sure that there's enough space between the backs of the calves and the backs of the thighs, and now turn and twist to the right. Try to keep the inner feet aligned, the inner knees aligned, and turn your head away from the legs down the length of the left arm, rolling the right abdomen to the left, rolling the right lung to the left. Creating length in the waist as you use the exhale to turn and to twist, to turn and to twist. Feeling that freedom coming. The backs of the hands are vibrant. Press the shoulder blades into the upper back. And now bring the legs back up, preparing to come to the left. UTTANASANA PARIVRTTANASANA number 1 on the left-hand side. Bringing the legs down. Now keep the inner feet aligned, the inner knees aligned. This will help to keep your hips aligned. Turning and twisting to the right, looking down the length of the right arm. Rolling the left abdomen to the right, the left lung to the right in a series of exhalations. And keeping the arms vibrant, the backs of the hands pressing down to help you turn and twist. And now bringing the legs back up and bringing the knees closer to the chest, interlock both of your fingers around the fronts of the shins. Dvipada Supta Bhavana Muktasana. Roll the front shoulders back so you're not tensing and shortening the chest area, the front throat area. Keep the feet even, the inner knees touching. And relax the abdomen. And then exhale and release and bring the feet back to the floor. And now rolling over into your right hand side, gently push yourself up to sitting. So taking a blanket, we're now going to prepare for our last and final pose, restoration and inversion at the same time. So we're going to be lying with our feet up against the wall in a pose called Vipariti Karani, and the blanket is there for comfort and to lift the hips a little bit off the floor. Don't be too close to the wall if your hamstrings are tight. I'd like for you to be able to relax completely, for the legs to relax completely. So if necessary, move a little bit away from the wall so that the legs can really let go and roll open to the side. The arms also are extended out to the side, away from the sides of the trunk. And the sides of the neck are even and the eyes are closed. So the benefits of inverting, of lying upside down, are that the blood flow now come more and more to the lungs, to the heart, to the brain. There's more oxygenation, vascularity. And at the same time, any pools of liquids that have formed in the feet and the legs from all the walking and standing that you've been doing are being allowed to be reabsorbed into the bloodstream. The legs are getting a rest. The leg muscles, which are very strong and hold a lot of inner tension, are also being released. And you're lying in such a way that the chest is naturally opened and the abdomen is soft. So just allowing the pose to do you, have a smooth and even soft breath that relaxes the nervous system and that allows you to melt more and more into gravity, into the earth, into these few precious minutes of restingness. Relax the eyes and all of the little muscles around the eyes and feel them trickle into the cheeks, relaxing the cheeks, the temples, the jaw. And let the shoulders be heavy and resting. The groins relaxed. The abdomen soft. And now slowly, gently, bending your knees so the soles of your feet are on the wall, just push yourself backwards a little bit, away from the wall. This can feel a little awkward because you have to go left side, right side, but just move slowly. And when you're far enough away, go ahead and cross your ankles and rest the legs, the ankles on the blanket. Keep moving the buttocks towards the heels. Keep the groin soft, the abdomen relaxed. The face quiet and the brain passive. Soft, smooth, soothing breath. And now softly, gently, changing the cross of your ankles and re-resting the legs on the blanket. Observing all this softening and going with this flow. Just lying completely inert. And then gently uncrossing the ankles and rolling over to the right hand side of the body, supporting the side of the skull with the right hand so that the neck is comfortable. A very safe feeling position from which to gently emerge back into the reality of this external world. Coming to sit in VAJRASANA kneeling pose on our mats, the palms turned up to the sky, the eyes closed. And observe the difference, the flows, the spaciousness, and bringing the palms together in front of the chest. Take a moment to thank yourselves, to thank your body, to thank your minds for their work, before releasing the hands and coming back to your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your effort. and keep your practice going. Hope to see you soon.